Here, you can do it from here and then just write the thing. Links up. Are we live right now? How can I see the chat? What's going on, YouTube? This is our first time doing this. So many of you guys, something that I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to communicate with some of you guys, hang out with some of you guys, learn about what you guys are doing, where you guys are from, and answer some questions, right? I love live and I love interacting with people, especially people who support me, people who have been following me, people who just started following me. As you guys know, the number one goal for the channel is to help you guys increase your income, your impact, and your influence. So this is all about you guys. So I'm not sure how many people are going to show up, but the way this I think works is you guys can drop questions down below, and down below on the question area, go ahead, ask your questions. I'll communicate with you guys. I'll break them down and answer them for you guys. So I'm super excited about doing this. I usually don't do too much of this type of stuff, but we'll see how it goes. This is something new. It's an experiment. And that's something that you need to do in business. When it comes to business, sometimes you never know what's going to work. You have to do these trial experiments, because one thing is for certain. If you don't do anything or you don't try, you won't know the results, right? You won't know what will happen. So you definitely want to make sure that you experiment and do these things so you can know what happens, and you can always go and build from there. So many people fall victim to analysis paralysis, and they want to wait for the perfect timing to do whatever it is that they want to do, right? Or try whatever it is that they want to try. But the problem is the perfect time never comes, right? The perfect time never shows up. So there's a saying like entrepreneurs just jump off the plane and build the parachute on the way down. That's kind of what you have to do. So that's what we're doing here. CNC experiment, what's going on? And everybody for Instagram, we're live on Instagram, right? Everybody on Instagram, head over to YouTube. We're live right now. If you want to chat with me, you want to ask questions, all you got to do is click the link in my bio or go to YouTube and type Joshua Crisp. Does this say how many people are live? It's freezing really, really bad on here. Is this just on me, or are we good?
Just on you. 7.
All right, cool. How do they ask questions on here? Is it a Q&A? All right, cool. So we see a bunch of people in here, guys. If you want to ask any questions, go ahead and drop them down below so we can hang out. I really didn't have a curriculum or anything I wanted to talk about or anything I wanted to do physically. I just wanted to collaborate with you guys, work with you guys, answer your guys' questions, help serve you guys, see what's going on, get some feedback about the channel. We've been creating a lot of different content, and I'm really taking it personally, and I'm really taking it more important. Like, I'm really putting a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of effort into growing out the channel, because I feel like I can serve you guys a little bit more on YouTube versus other social medias. I'm huge on Instagram, and Instagram, there's a lot of stuff going on with Facebook changing to Meta and all that crazy stuff going on. And with the engagement, I've literally spent millions of dollars building my Instagram. And it's funny, we actually recorded a video today talking about how you need to focus on all these different channels versus just one channel. A mistake I made is I focused on one channel. I found one channel that I liked, and I focused on scaling that channel. And then it's like, okay, when things change, which they will, it's inevitable, you're not as nimble because you have all your eggs in one basket. So I'm really taking things over to YouTube and going all in on YouTube, because I feel YouTube's a long-term play. I feel that I can give you guys a lot more value, and we can connect a little bit better. Mr. Cruz, what's going on? Is the AMZ Formula still active for new members? If so, how much is the program cost? So the AMZ Formula has a subsidiary called AMZ Together. It's a division. So what we did is AMZ Formula, when we first launched, was just a program. It was just an Amazon course. It was just a program. We update it every single year. Right now, I think it's about 13 hours long. We have it in multiple different languages, and it has all different types of PDFs, templates, and resources. What we've done is we've added different divisions under AMZ Together. So whatever's best for you, if it's just a program, or it's a program with coaching, or a program with coaching, consulting, and mentorship, like, we have different divisions. So the best thing to do is to go to amztogether.com and schedule a call, or you could just DM me on social media on Instagram, and we can chat a little bit about that. But to answer your question, yes, the AMZ Formula is open. but it just depends what you want and what level of service you want and what level of value you want, right? We have AMZ Formula Max, which is the AMZ Formula curriculum plus weekly coaching with 3 of our coaches. So we have a general coach that goes over general questions, beginner questions. We have a PPC coach, which manages our PPC for our clients, who's in there. He works alongside with me, runs the PPC for my brands. He's on there every single week. And we also have another coach, which is actually one of our most successful students, who's done over $1 million with Amazon. He's AMZ Formula certified, and he asks a lot more general questions. So that's the AMZ Formula Max. And then I have the Inner Circle, which is you get the AMZ Formula, you get the AMZ Formula Max, which is the 3 coaching calls per month, plus you unlock an additional call with me. So there's different things, and there's not websites for all of those. It's all underneath AMZ Together. So the best thing, like if you're interested about any of those, is just go to amztogether.com and just schedule a call with a member from our team. Or, of course, you can just go to the amzformula.com and check that out. What's up, CNC? How can I leave my 7 to 5? Oh, man, I remember mine was 8 to 3, 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Oh, man, I still have flashbacks. I'm a service manager for a hydraulic company, and I'm looking to venture into other sources of income. Awesome. So CNC, awesome. This is cool. We're going to go to the whiteboard. So one of the easiest ways, and this is what I focused on when I transitioned from being an employee to an employer or owning my own business, right? Being an entrepreneur, from employee to being an entrepreneur, which you want to check out. And I have a video here on my channel called The Freedom Formula, but this is what you want to do, which is super cool, right? And you can do this a few different ways. And it's the Freedom Formula. The Freedom Formula. The Freedom Formula. So all you need to do is identify where you are. So what is the monthly amount that you need to pay all of your bills, to pay all of your expenses, to have a little cushion to go out to eat and so forth? Once you identify where you are, right, what this number is for you, and I'm just using $3,000 as an example. Once you identify this, then you have a number in a business, in a business model. So this is the exact steps that I did it. First, I did it with Amazon. And here's the beautiful thing about the Freedom Formula. You can stack the Freedom Formula. We've all heard the saying that you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. The best thing to do, and this is what I personally do, is to stack your Freedom Formula metrics. So my first thing was, okay, I needed to make X amount of money. So if $3,000 is your target that you need to comfortably quit your job, or comfortably have your spouse quit your job, or get to that next level, or feel a little bit more comfortable, whatever that number is, reverse engineer it. So let's say we have one product that sells 10 units per day, 10 units per day at $10 profit, right? If it's selling 10 units per day times, let's just say 30 days in a month, that's 300 units per month. 300 units times $10, right? 300 units times 10 equals 3,000. So now what we've done is we took this number that we need to feel comfortable to quit my job, or replace my job, or replace my significant other's job, or whatever that goal is, and we reverse engineered it into a business. Now, for this example, I used Amazon because that's just what I did personally. I started with Amazon. Then I took the profits from Amazon, right? And I rolled it into another business, which would allow me to stack the Freedom Formula. And again, I have a video on my YouTube channel called The Freedom Formula, where I break this down in like 10 to 15 minutes. I went into real estate, right? Real estate. And now I've done this like 15 times. Now I have 15 different businesses, partnerships, collaborations, revenue streams that will replace all of my income. But I'll give you one more example, which is real estate. So you start with one business, because here's the problem. Most people try to get here and they try to do both of these together. You don't want to do both of these things together, because what's going to happen is you only have 100% of time, effort, and energy. If you take that 100 and you do multiple things, now you've got 50% going to one, 50% going to the other. Or if you're doing 4, you got 25 going to each. If you have more, the more things you do, the less percentage of time, effort, and energy are going to these. So what you want to do is you want to really focus on that one so you can get the best results. And then once you achieve that goal, then you roll it into the next one. And this is exactly what I did. So with real estate, let me move this over. With real estate, we need to do $3,000. Let's say that we get a quadplex. A quadplex is one house that has 4 doors or 4 units. Now, I have, how many apartments do I have? I have 50 apartments. And I did this. This is my second thing that I did. I went from Amazon. I took all the profits. I rolled it into Amazon. I took Amazon. I rolled it all into real estate. And I stacked my freedom formula. So what happens? If Amazon stops, I have real estate. And if real estate stops, I have all these other 15 down here. But you really want to do it in sustainable business models. Amazon's not going anywhere. There's products like literally in my studio right now, like this came off of Amazon. This stand came off of Amazon. I ordered this vibe board off of Amazon. All these lights, everything around me came off of Amazon. So all Amazon, and this is where people mess up. They look at Amazon as a business model. Amazon, so many people ask me, Josh, is Amazon still dead? Josh, is Amazon still viable? Amazon is not a business model. Amazon is a facilitator for a business model. All it is supply and demand. From the beginning of time where there was lords and ladies, there was castles, there was knights, there were blacks, there were people who bargained and people who sold things. It was supply and demand. And even when Elon Musk has us flying in Teslas, there's still going to be supply and demand, even though there's evolution and even though there's things that are changing, right? So all Amazon is supply and demand. People are always going to need things, and they're always going to want it as quick as humanly possible. That's all Amazon is. It's not a business model. It's a facilitator for a business model. So going back to the real estate, let's say you find a quadplex. Now, there's tons of different ways that you can get into real estate, and I'm not going to do a lecture on real estate, but I personally took the profits and I did a combination of 2 things. I bought these properties cash and then refinanced, or I used some of the money as leverage to go to a financial institution, put 20% down, get a conventional loan, and acquire them. So actually, I have a YouTube video. We have a YouTube video breaking that down, right? How I went and took and bought the 5 homes and it pays for my home. Yeah, so I have another video, and I'll have Eros drop it in the chat down below. But I have another video that breaks down how when me and my family went and bought our dream house, I first went and got a loan for 5 properties that would cover the mortgage of my home. So I have a rule. Whenever I want a depreciating asset, whenever I want a liability, whenever I want something that's not going to produce me income like my Lamborghini, I have to have it be paid by an asset which will create passive income or passive residual income. So if you do one of those 2 things, whether pay cash, get a loan, go in with a partner to get a quadplex, if each one of these doors makes you 750, 750 times 4 equals 3K. So what we just did is we just accounted for this $3,000 metric right here that we need to quit our job. Whatever that goal metric is for you, we just achieved it not once, but we achieved it. And this is very realistic, right? This is very, very realistic. To start a business and find one product that sells 10 units per day at $10 profit is beyond realistic. To go get one quadplex in real estate that cash flows $750 per door is very realistic. So in Midwest Indiana, I'll use my stuff because I know my stuff. In Midwest Indiana, where I'm from, about an hour and a half outside of Chicago, I am acquiring properties at $30,000 per door. This is back when I bought all my stuff. It's more now, right, through appreciation. But I bought, perfect example, I have multiple quadplexes. I bought them for $100,000, right? So I bought this for $100K. Now, you have something called LTV. So what I can do is put up $100K or go get a loan on this property, and then I can do a value add, meaning I can fix things in it. I can increase square footage. I can replace stuff. I can take vacancies and add people in them or tenants in them, which will increase value. There's multiple things that you can do inside of real estate to increase the value. So if you can buy this at 70% of the value of everything else that's going around, you can actually go to a financial institution like a bank or a credit union and get a loan for 75% LTV, which stands for loan to value. Now, the reason why you can get 75% on this is because it's 4 units or less. Anything below 4 units is considered commercial. Anything anything below 4 units is residential multifamily. Anything above is commercial, and this 75 drops to 65 to 70. So if it's worth 150,000 and you buy it for 100,000, right? And you go to the bank, they're going to give you 75% of 150,000, which is more than the 100,000, which means you get this asset for free. It cash flows you every single month the $3,000 or whatever it is subtracted from paying the mortgage and paying the bills and the utilities, so on and so forth. And you own the asset. And every 30 years or whatever the amortization schedule that you select, the asset pays itself off. So let's just say through science advancing and everything that we're going to live 100 years. So in 100 years, if every 30 years my property flips itself, like doubles or pays itself off, that means 3 times in my life, 3 times I can flip or double my money from the property. So I can actually triple my money in one lifespan while accumulating cash flow every single month passive residually, which will pay for a bigger house, vacations, nicer things, cars, or just compound that I can put into other things like starting number 3, starting number 4, starting number 5. And you can just go down the ladder and go from Amazon to real estate, to stocks, to cryptos. There's so many different things, right? I have trucks, I have crypto, I have stocks, I have forex, I'm in a fund, I own businesses, and you just keep stacking it. So I know that was a long question, but did you guys get value? Down below in the chat, if you guys got some value from that, say thanks, Josh. Cool, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Thank you for the answer. I will look forward to meeting with you and Marone Marcel, speaking that into existence. Marcel's actually over here. Say what's up, Marcel.
What's up, man?
Come in front of the camera right here. What's up? We got our whole team here. We're at the studio. So he's on Instagram. We've got Eros behind the control board. Yeah, so this is my studio. Maybe one day I'll do a tour. So many people ask me, what does the studio look like? What equipment do you use? Our production manager is super, super gifted. He's got this stuff all set up. Pinarello Ryder, what's up, man? Or I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't tell if you're a man or a woman. I'm sorry if you're a woman, but what's up? Good evening, everyone. JC is the truth, is on point and not gimmicky. I'm back in the corporate America and hate it. I'm looking to launch a couple products soon. Awesome. I can't wait to see you launch your products. If you see the back of the shirt, you see what the shirt says. Wait, did I get the right one? Yeah. You see what the back of the shirt says. You're only one product away. It doesn't take 2, 3, 5, 10. It just takes one product. So don't hate the fact that you're in corporate America and hate the fact of what you're doing, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you can't appreciate the job that you're doing now, you won't appreciate the millions in your account later. I know that sounds harsh, but one thing I would tell you, 6 years ago, when I asked my boss, Bill, for a raise, I was making minimum wage. Bill's about 6'2", so I had to look up to him. This was December 3rd, 8 days before my birthday and 22 days before Christmas. I remember this very vividly because it haunts me even to this day. And I looked up to Bill, and I was early every single day. I was late every single day. I was the first one to take the overtime. I was the first one to do everything. My job was a sorter at a trash facility. Even though our technology is so advanced, like I can change the colors of my lights from my phone and I can draw on this TV and we have all this crazy technology, there is no machine that can tell the difference of the thickness or viscosity of a piece of plastic. So if you look on the bottom of a piece of plastic, there's a triangle with a number. My job was to go through spoiled trash and hand sort these pieces of plastic based off their number and put them in different bins, just for context. So I asked Bill, I said, hey, Bill, Christmas is right around the corner. I've been working super hard. I'm in here early. I'm in here late. I do it with a smile on my face every single day. Dude, my wife is expecting a child. Like, we're struggling. I'm already volunteering at the Salvation Army for extra food. I'm trying to do this side business. Is there any way that I could get a raise? Now, keep in mind, because when you muster up the courage to ask for something, you already played out the scenario. I'm like, okay, I'm the best here. I work hard, even though my job sucks. They know the job sucks. I do my best. He's gonna give me $1 raise. $1 raise at 40 hours a week equates to $1,200 per year. $1,200 per year. And Bill's exact words were, Josh, you are a hard worker and you literally shovel SHIT for a living, which is true. Like literally, there's flies around, spoiled, like dirty diapers. Like it's disgusting. And I'll never forget this. He said, however, there is nothing else you can do for the company that justifies the company paying you more money. And that was the last day that I worked for anyone else, and I went all in on myself. Because if you don't go all in for your dreams, then you go all out on them. Because if you don't sacrifice for your dreams become the sacrifice. So do whatever you're doing right now, even though it sucks, with a smile, but have an escape route. See, that day I identified I will never work for someone else again. I will never allow someone to tell me how much I'm worth or what I can get my children for Christmas or what I can do for my. I'll never do that again. So wherever you are, regardless if it's where you are or where you do not want to be, have an escape route. We just talked about the freedom formula. Break this down tonight. Understand what that number is. In order to be specific, in order to be prolific, you have to be specific. Identify this number and what you need to do and start doing everything within your power on your spare time to learn the thing. If it's starting an Amazon business, I see a few of you guys said talking about getting products. Learn. I have more free Amazon FBA. And please, like I challenge somebody, this would make my day. Go on YouTube right now after this and find someone in the Amazon FBA space that has more Amazon FBA videos than me and of higher quality, and let me know so I can go see what they're doing that I'm not, and I can do it, or I can teach me. I take pride in being the most detailed Amazon FBA information educator in the Amazon space on YouTube. We have 300 plus videos, and I can tell you our free stuff on Amazon is better than most people. 2/3 of everybody's $2,000 courses, $1,000 courses. And I do that because I want you guys to win. And if you look at the free stuff, how good the free stuff is, just imagine the paid stuff. But that's beside the fact. So hopefully you guys get that, because I was there and I remember being like, yo, why did this happen to me? What did I do to deserve such a bad life? Like, I'm the good guy, right? Why am I living such a bad life? And here's the thing. Here's a little secret. Life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. See, in business, people fail. There's only two ways to fail in business. You don't start or you give up. Everybody starts and they usually give up, and that's why they're not successful. So if you can make it through the adversity, if you can make it through the turmoil, if you can make it through the mistakes, if you can make it through the difficulties of this job that you hate that sucks, being an entrepreneur and losing some money is nothing. It's a walk in the park. And that's going to set you light years above everybody else. Awesome. We got Lovie in here. What's up, Lovie? M. Martin, can I invest while you create a private label for me as an investor? M. Martin, so few people asking about this. Again, under AMZ Together, we transitioned kind of from the AMZ Formula, which is just a course, because we wanted to serve everybody. Our mission is to help as many people humanly possible start, build, or grow online Amazon businesses, regardless of where they are, right? That's our mission. And we started out with the AMZ Formula, which became the #1 Amazon course in the world. But now we repositioned everything. So now we have coaching, consulting, and what you're talking about is the Amazon automation, right? Or the Amazon done for you, which is basically where me and my team run the entire business for you. We start the entire business with you. You're pretty much a part of the board, and we work together to build your business, right? We help you find a product. We help you start your Amazon account if you don't have one. We help you with the LLC. We help you with the structure of the business. We help you find the product. We help you develop the product. And when I say we help you, we do for you, you have an option to do it with us, or to basically be like, yo, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want it to look like. Make it happen, and then just give me weekly updates. Some investors want to work with us. They just don't want to learn the thing because they don't have the time. They want to just take it when it's ready to be managed. Some people just want to invest and have it managed for them. So regardless of if you want to learn this yourself, if you want to do it with us, like with us holding your hand with weekly coaching with 3 of our different coaches, plus 1 coaching call with me per month, or if you just want to invest and want us to build and run the business for you, kind of like a franchise, AMZ Together is the place to go. If you guys can link it down below just so they can have it for a reference. Again, I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I just want to give you guys as much value as humanly possible. I know I don't do this live stuff, and like to talk to me one-on-one, it's usually $25,000 an hour. So, and that I don't say that to brag or boast. Like if I speak on stage for an hour, it's $25,000 plus 2 first-class tickets. if I speak anywhere or do anything live, it's usually tied to a huge monetary gain for the company, just because otherwise the company loses. But I'm like, yo, I have to like get back more humble, and I want to spend more time with my audience. I want to build back the community that I had, because the way that this started, like we built a Crisp Learning Technologies, which is the AMZ Formula, was a multi-8-figure company. And when I started it, I didn't want to start this company at all, which is funny. A lot of the gurus make a lot of money in the education. I made $11.2 million with Amazon before I got into consulting or education or courses. And it's funny, the way it started is I would be in my warehouse. Me and my partner had 50,000 square foot warehouse. I was shipping out 2 entire truckloads to Amazon full every single week. And I would just go on my phone and just go live on Instagram and YouTube and just chat, and I would do videos. And everybody's like, dude, you are the truth. You should teach this stuff. So here we are today. So I'm trying to go back to my roots and give back to you guys and, you know, get to know a little bit more about you guys and serve you guys at a higher level. Josephine, what's going on? How much time do you need to build an Amazon store? So this is awesome. Check it out. It does not matter. Oh, by the way, guys, you want to screenshot this? Go ahead and screenshot this if you guys want to. I'll give you guys like 5 seconds because we broke this down pretty intense. So go ahead and screenshot this, and maybe we can screenshot it and post notes down below. If we could do that, that'd be dope. Cool. So check this out. How much time does it take to start an Amazon business? The reason why I love this business, like usually like between hours of operation. Well, the beautiful thing about Amazon is Amazon's hour of operations is around the clock. It's literally 24 hours per day. So the beautiful thing is it does not matter where you live. It does not matter what time you can dedicate or delegate to this business. All that matters is that you get started. Again, regardless if you want to do this yourself and go through our education, or you want to do this with us helping you, or you want us to do this for you, whatever makes sense for you, you can do this. Like, it's so crazy because so many business models like only work during specific times of the day, or you have to delegate specific times, so on and so forth. The beautiful thing about this business is if you choose to do this business yourself or with us, you can delegate as much time as you have. Now, the more time you delegate in the beginning, the faster you will go. Completely, like, full transparency. However, if you have a full-time job or you have children or whatever the case may be, and you can only delegate 30 minutes a day or 2 hours on a Wednesday, which is your day off, or Friday and Saturday, or an hour Friday, an hour Saturday, whatever is convenient for you, you can apply and run this business during that time. And the way Amazon works is it's front-loaded, right? And I'm going to try to do my best to create this in a pie chart. So here we have 100%, right? Out of this 100%, 70% of your time is going to go to product research, right? So let's go here and let's do this and let's change this up and make this sexy. Nope, whoops. There we go. Let's make this sexy. So 70% of your time is going to go to product research, right? Product research. Now, after you do your product research, after you find your product, you go into product development, right? After you go into product development, you go into product sourcing. After you go into sourcing, then you launch your product. So literally, 1, 2, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Cool. I got to make sure I can. Literally 10% will go to product development, right? 10% will go into manufacturing, and 10% will go into your launch, right? So let's go back over here and make this thing pretty for you guys. Cool. Cool. And purple, why not? Cool. So when you look at this at starting an Amazon business, this is literally what you need to look at. And this is so easy, but people make this so difficult. This is your Amazon time. So if you have an hour a week or 2 hours a week or 5 hours a week, first, Let's draw with a marker. Number one, identify your time allocation. If you're doing this yourself or doing it with us and not choosing to make an investment where we run the business for you, number one is your time. So write this down. Note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers because note takers usually take action. And in order to get results, you have to take action, because a thought without action is an idea, and ideas don't translate to money, right? So number one is time. Identify, what does that time look like for you, right? Now, when you identify the time, you can break it down into this pie chart. Let's say you have 5 hours per week, right? I'm just using round. 5 hours per week, that's 20 hours per month. 20 hours per month. 20 hours per month. So the beautiful thing is you do this in stage. Number two, break down the stages. Break down the stages. So I just shared the stages with you right here, right? So all you have to do is stage number one, product research, stage number two, stage number three, and allocate your time appropriately to where you are. And it's very, very simple. The beautiful thing is once you find your product, now that time goes down. So if you have 5 hours a week and you allocate 5 hours a week to product research and you find your product, you validate your product, you have one of our coaches verify and validate it for you to ensure that it's a good product, then you go into product development, manufacture, and launch, which is 10% each. So that's less than 7 times less time, effort, and energy that you need. Therefore, you can actually dial this down to 1 hour or 2 hours if you need to. But remember this, the more time that you put forward, or the more time, effort, and energy you put in the beginning, the faster this will be. So many people become overwhelmed. Well, I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. I live in Singapore. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter how much time you have. What matters is that you start, because there's only 2 ways that you will not become successful, or 2 ways that you will not start a successful business. Number one is you're not starting. Number two is that you give up, right? So as long as you get started, you manage your time, you manage your finances, and you are consistent, you're persistent, you're patient, you're following the 3 pillars, then this is going to help you get to the next level. And again, the 3 pillars is the framework to being successful at anything that you want in life, not just Amazon, not just business. I have a video on YouTube as well. It's kind of funny, like how all this important stuff that I'm teaching you guys, I'm like, oh, by the way, there's a YouTube video. Everything that I know goes into my YouTube or my podcast, right? So check out the YouTube video called The 3 Pillars to Success. And I break down the framework for the 3 pillars of success, which is the framework to being successful at anything you want. Cool. Can we highlight the next question, bro? Dude, you guys are lucky. My wife brought me a freaking, well, I'm not going to talk about them because they're not sponsoring the show. They bought me a whatchamacallit with an extra shot of espresso. An extra shot. So you guys are getting a bunch of free game, right? A bunch of crazy free game. By the way, if you guys are getting value, down below in the chat, say thanks, Josh. And, oh, most importantly, if you guys are not subscribed, you're on here. I can see you right now. If you're not subscribed, let's do it together right now. Hit the subscribe button. Next to it, click the notification bell. And if I see a ton of subscribers and I start seeing a ton of comments like, dude, do this Friday thing again, I'll do it. But if not, I'll just go home and play Call of Duty with my kids, because there's a new Call of Duty out called Vanguard, and I got to get my KD up. All right, sweet. Marcy's, what's going on? Mr. Untouchable. Josh looks like he's been lifting weights. Let's highlight Mr. Can we highlight this? Mr. That made my day, dude. This is funny. If your coach doesn't have a coach, they don't deserve to be your coach. That's something that I live by. And for years, I've hired coaches for up here, but never coaches for all this jazz. So recently, something that I've done is I identified, and again, there's another YouTube video that breaks this down. It's called the 33% rule. I've identified that the last 7 years I've been chasing wealth, and I have not been prioritizing my health nor my happiness. So something I did 6 weeks ago is I invested in getting a full-time personal trainer for my wife and one for myself. I cut out sugar. I'm measuring my macros. I'm eating healthy. I'm measuring my sleep. I work out 5 days a week. I'm taking supplements, and I'm prioritizing right now my health and happiness metrics more than I am my business and wealth metrics. So the mistake I made was focusing on the one and getting the one all the way up here, and the other one stayed down here. My posture sucked. My sleep sucked. I had depression. I was unhealthy. I had high blood pressure. So now I'm focusing on health and happiness, like me and my wife's relationship, me and my kids' relationship, my health, because your health is your temple. And we've always heard this saying, like, your health is your wealth. I'm like, I don't need a six pack. I need a couple more million. That's how I thought. I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. But now I understand it after being naive and just ignorant for 2/3 of a decade, right? The reason why your health is your wealth is because the longer you live, the more money you make. And the only way you can live longer is if you live healthier. And I didn't understand that. I was just like, let me get more money. I got to chase more money. I got to grow more businesses. So now I understand this, right? So for you guys that are starting out and you guys that are younger than me, do it the right way, right? And again, I'm not going to break this framework. Passionate about this. Go check out the video on my YouTube, 33% rule. And you guys can do this again. No takers or money makers. You can do this right now. Take a piece of paper, draw a peace sign, a Mercedes emblem, or a pie chart, whatever you want to call it. And each one of these need to be 33%. They each need to represent 33%. And it is health, wealth, and happiness. Now, the fascinating thing is, this is so fascinating. I heard this while I was chasing wealth. Money doesn't buy happiness. I was like, yo, have you ever went to a restaurant and I had to look at how much the thing that you're ordering is? That's happiness to me, bro. So I didn't understand these things. Like, yo, have you ever went 160 in a Lamborghini on a racetrack and not went to jail? That's happiness. But I didn't understand these things. Money cannot buy happiness. Why? Because the way that you can be happy is by being fulfilled. And the way that you can be truly fulfilled is by living a fulfilling life. And fulfillment or a fulfilling life cannot just come from one of these. It has to come from a combination of all three. Somebody's life's going to change if they get that. Woo! Hey, I don't, if you're picking up what I'm putting down below in the chat, say, Josh, I'm getting it. Cool. Thanks for the motivation, brother. Your story resonates with a lot of folks. You're right about my current place. Awesome, brother. I'm glad that you got value, my friend. Again, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Literally, it's like this is how easy it is. You just hit this button. Next to it's a bell, and then you just hit this button and click all notifications. And then if I do these, you know that I do these, and you'll be the first to know that I do these. Plus, every single week, I drop 2 videos on the channel. I don't sell anything. All I do is give you my best stuff that I literally spent hundreds of thousands of dollars learning, or countless hours of my life, blood, sweat, and tears in order to learn. Because you can only learn 2 things. You can only learn 2 ways. Through doing the thing, which is trial and effort, or by paying somebody to teach you how not to make the mistakes, which you will make doing the thing yourself. That's the only way. That's why we all go to school. 2730 Ronald. I don't know if I missed this question or answer, but will 4 months be a decent amount of time to get up and going? Yeah, so if you're doing this yourself or you're doing this with us, 4 months is typical. I hate talking about time frames because, like, if I'm like, yo, 4 months is typical, like 4 months, 10 seconds in, you're like, bro, I'm 10 seconds into 4 months, bro. You said it was going to work. Why didn't it work, bro? And I hate doing that, right? So I can tell you my past experience launching my own Amazon business and products, it typically takes around 3 to 4 months. What we manage for clients, of course, it takes a little bit longer based off of the amount of clients we have and by the nature politically and where we're at in the time of the year. And if you're doing this on your own or with us, there's variables that you have to look at, right? So some variables that you can look at is, number one, logistics. So for instance, China is the leading manufacturer for a lot of our products, and China goes on like vacation or like holiday for 2 weeks next month. So that's something that could hold you back 2 weeks. Another thing that could hold you back is like COVID hit. Nobody knew COVID was going to hit. I don't even know if I could say that on here. Please, YouTube, do not slow my views down. I need the views. Nobody knows if COVID's going to happen or hit or stuff like that, right? So there's unforeseen stuff, and then there's stuff that you know that is coming, like Chinese holidays, Christmas, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter things are usually backed up. Things take a little bit longer. So do your due diligence and just be realistic like that. But this is what I will tell you. It's not about how, right? How, there's two questions that you need to ask yourself. You have how and you have when. Which do you think is the most important question? Which do you think down below in the chat is the most important question? How or when? You have how and you have when. It's crazy, right? How do I do the thing, or how do I get results, and when do I get results? These are both questions that cause failure. This is deep now. These are two questions that cause failure, and this is why. How is tied to starting. There's only two ways. How many? Two ways, guys, that you can fail at anything. Not starting and not what? See who's paying attention. Not what? Down below in the chat. Finishing. Good. So, how is tied to starting. When is tied to finishing. This is it. If you understand this, I promise you, you will be successful at anything that you do. I have coached 7,800 people in over 200 different countries. We have one of the largest curriculums and largest communities in the Amazon community. All right. And time again, when I personally, because everybody who doesn't get results or has a complaint or doesn't make any money or has been in it for a year and hasn't done anything, versus people who are getting 10K a month awards, 100K a month awards, or like Joseph Bucano, who just got the $1 million award for crossing $1 million in his Amazon business. I get to see all of those metrics and all those KPIs because I'm addicted to our clients' success. And I can tell you, this is the two reasons why people don't get results. They have a how problem. How am I going to do it? How am I going to become successful? Once they identify it, let's just say this how turns into an Amazon business. Now you transition to the win. The win is when everybody gives up. It kind of rhymes, right? The win is when everybody gives up. Do you know why? Because they don't know when it's going to happen. If you get this and you identify the how, which I've listed a couple of them here today, Amazon being a huge one, real estate being another one, stocks, there's all these different hows. The win is the one that gets everybody. It's easy to figure out the how. Once you start, the win is what gets everybody. You know why? Because we're in an age of instant gratification. If you're hungry, go microwave something. If you're bored, pop on Instagram. Within seconds, your urge or your desire can be met with instant gratification. So when we go into the real world, which, guys, I know the metaverse and everything's coming, but we are still kind of in the real world. And when you're in the real world, nobody knows when it's going to happen. Nobody knows when you're going to find that product. Nobody knows when you're going to make your first $1 million. Nobody knows when, but I can tell you this. If you start and do not give up, it is inevitable that you'll get results. Question. Fantastic question. Yeah, I've got a lag on the video. Is that just on my monitor? Are we good? All right, cool. Go ahead and highlight what we got. What's the next one, brother? Again, guys, for all the new viewers, I just seen a few new viewers pop up. Guys, if you're not subscribed, click that red subscription button that says subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the notification bell, guys. 2 times a week, we're dropping new videos, brand new videos where I'm breaking down everything I know, trying to help you get to the next level, trying to help you increase your income, impact, and influence. Plus, if we get a lot of good feedback on this, which I'm having fun, I don't know if you guys are having fun, I may do this every Friday. Like I said, if I was to do this live in front of an audience, somebody would have to pay me $25,000 plus 2 first-class tickets. So I value my time, and I also value the impact that we have on my community. So if you guys are getting impact, I know that if you're impacted, you will create income. And that's what I truly want from my audience to get to the next level. So if you guys love this, I'm having a good time. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have notification bells on. Make sure you're engaging with the videos, guys. It means the world to me. Like, I'm most focused and passionate about my YouTube channel right now. Do you know why? Because when my kids get older, that's like a Rolodex of everything I know. So I hold nothing back. Selfishly, the reason why my YouTube channel is so good is because I hold nothing back because I want my kids to have access to it. That's kind of like the inside. But I lay it all out on the YouTube. JC slimming down and looks good. I appreciate it. It means the world to me, man. I just asked my trainer today, like, bro, is this crap working, bro? He's got this machine is like tells you body fat percentage and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, these numbers need to be going down and up and stuff. Like, what's going on? It's crazy because when you're improving and getting improvements, you don't see it because you're on the inside looking out. But when others are on the outside looking in, they can see it. That's why if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have an ambition, you cannot focus on the inside looking out as to where you are, because destination is not your final destination. You have to understand that if you do not give up, that you will reach those goals, you will reach those dreams, and you'll start seeing it from the outside looking in. Because I remember vividly when I just told you the story about when I asked for a $1 raise and my boss told me no. His name was Bill. Crazy thing is that happened. Then a year later, they went out of business. And then a year after that, I made my first $1 million from their warehouse where he fired me because they went out of business. And my partner I partnered with, I blew his business up so much, he needed to expand, right? Which was absolutely insane. And the irony is, do not focus on where you are, focus on where you're going, and understand that if you don't give up, you will go up, right? But I appreciate the kind words. That means the world to me. Obi West presents Words of the West. That's the longest name I've ever seen in my life. What's up, my man? Can you explain the concept of how high sales and small numbers of reviews indicates high demand, low competition? How high sales and small number of reviews indicates high demand, low competition. Okay, cool. So there is a ton of ways that you can identify high demand, low competition. If you have a product that's selling 300 units per month, 300 units per month, which is kind of like a metric, what I look like, a bare metric that I look for, because that's selling 10 units per day. If we sell 10 units per day at $10 average profit per unit, that's $3,000 per month. I like to make around $30,000 to $50,000 per year net profit, take home, keep money off of my stuff, right? That's like the goal metric. Of course, you can go way higher than that. You can go way lower than that. But if you find a product that's doing 300 units per month and they have below, what is below? Below 300. Mic check. In the comment, can you guys hear me? All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. My mic died. We've been here all day long recording. So what I was saying is 300 units per month with 300 reviews or less. It doesn't have to be exactly 300. It could be 500. But if it has low reviews, right? The lower the reviews to the higher amount of units, that's a good identifier that the product has high demand, low competition, right? Because it's a newer product. As products mature, they get more reviews over time. So typically, we're seeing one review 1 review per 7 sales. Now, this can fluctuate, but if you're doing like your best, you have an awesome product, you have an awesome fulfillment, you have your package stuffers, you're optimizing, you have a good listing, everything's good. Now you're playing in a combination of good marketing, meaning you having your package stuffer, you're talking about reviews, you're talking about how important reviews are to your company, and then you also are playing on the law of reciprocity, meaning they had a good experience, so they feel entitled or subject to do something good for you. That's the law of reciprocity. It's one of those 48 laws of power. Cool. What do we got next, bro? Awesome. Can you start multiple businesses under the same EIN? I called the IRS and they would not issue me a second EIN. Yeah, so it just depends what you want to do. And like full disclosure, I'm not like a lawyer or a tax advisor or CPA, so I can't really give you the right advice. I can just give you my opinion. But like I wouldn't have an EIN that like does window washing and then try to run my Amazon business under it. But if you're trying to do things that are in the same genre, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I would ask myself, because remember, you have 100% of time, effort, and energy. If you do 2 things, now it's split in half to 50%. So if you want 100% of results, you need to put 100% of time, effort, and energy into that one thing so you can get crazy results, right? So I would identify what has the best potential to make me a ton of money, and I would focus on that one thing, if that makes sense. Cool. I'm guilty of that. Time to get focused. And it's not about being guilty or not knowing, it's about taking action. So if you don't know anything, I think it was Joe Reagan, some president, Ronald Reagan, somebody said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. If you don't know something, cool. If you know you've been doing something wrong, cool. Hopefully this helps. But if you don't implement it and you keep getting the same results, then it's kind of like shame on you, right? So guys, the biggest hack I can give you is when you learn something, when you identify something is going to change the game for you, when you identify something is going to take you to the next level, you need to take action on that thing as fast as humanly possible. Like I tell people, so many people ask me, how did you become successful? They think I'm going to tell them an Amazon hack or a real estate hack or a business guru hack. I don't have any of those for you. The true reason I became a millionaire, multimillionaire, the true reason why I became successful is because I developed the skill set of identifying opportunities. I became an opportunist. And the key is not only identifying opportunities, but taking action on an opportunity during the lifetime of the opportunity. Because opportunities have windows, they have lifespans. So once you identify one, don't fall victim to analysis paralysis. Don't ask Tom, Dick, and Harry if it's a good idea. Use your inner tuition and ask yourself, if I do this thing, will I get better results than what I'm doing right now? If the answer is yes, oftentimes you should take action as fast as humanly possible. Sweet. What top price of information do you wish you would have to know starting out? Oh, what top piece of information do you wish you would have known starting out? So I just gave you a huge one about opportunity. Here's another one. So the 3-step framework to being successful at anything you want to do is number 1, identify an opportunity. Number 2, take action on the opportunity. Number 3, don't give up on the opportunity. So that sounds very easy, very cliche. It's very hard to do and actually believe in and do, right? The next one is, I can tell you guys this, regardless if you're starting out, come on, Marcel, is that force of average coming out, man? My man's yawning in the corner, guys. Is this boring to you? He tried to hide the force of average. Yeah, I told my trainer that today. He was yawning. We're in the middle of sets, my personal trainer, and he hits one of these. I'm like, yo, what you doing? He's like, oh, no. I was like, you yawning, right? I was like, yo, go over to the cardio section and let that force the average out. Not over by me. Anyway, the force of average, I had to get that force of average out of here. I had to get out of here. You know what I mean? Here's another thing I will tell you. Quitting will not get you where you want to be faster. Again, sounds very simple. Quitting will not get you where you want to be faster. Let me explain. this is how a lot of people, including myself, operate. They try this new thing, right? New thing, right? New thing gets difficult. New thing costs them money. New thing isn't getting them results. People are telling them, hey, this new thing is a scam. Hey, why are you doing this new thing? It's BS. And whatever self-limiting beliefs yourself or people around you may be putting onto you, that happens. And then you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to go right back to the drawing board. And you end up right where you started when you were actually farther started. It is easier to get far and to get to the next level by not giving up and passing through that thing, enduring through that thing, getting better at that thing, persevering at that thing, than it is to say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. This thing's not working. This thing's taking too long. This thing's a scam. This thing's BS. And going right back to the drawing board. That's what a lot of people do. That's what I did personally. I would try something, and I would try something knowing that it might not work. And then the minute it wasn't working, I'm like, yeah, I knew it wasn't working. Let me go back to something else. And it's this infinite cycle of trying stuff, not getting immediate gratification or immediate results, going back to the starting line, and then saying, you know what, success wasn't for me. I'm not good enough. And all these other self-limiting beliefs that all human beings have. And if you say you don't have one, you're lying to yourself. We all are humans, and we all have self-limiting beliefs. Why? Because we all have a spirit, we have a heart, and we have a brain, and all three communicate together. Our brain's job is to communicate with our heart. Our heart's job is to keep us alive, which also communicates with our brain. If you understand, the brain's job is to keep us safe, right? Physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. That's why train your subconscious mind. Next time you're going to do something that you've never done, whoa! Your brain's like, hold on now. You've never done this before. Wait a minute. What if it doesn't work out? Successful people, shut up, subconscious. Shut up, self-limiting beliefs. I understand that I'm going to do something that I've never done, and if I want results that I've never gotten, I have to do something I've never done. So don't talk to me. That's what success people do. Successful people do. They quiet the internal disbelief. They quiet the self-limiting beliefs that they have put on themselves because it is your human instinct. If there's an edge, it's a 100-foot drop, and I'm walking to the end. Oh, you don't want to go anywhere near that. If you fall, you will die. Therefore, if you're going towards your dreams and you're going towards your goals and you're getting ready to do something that you've never done and it's scary because you might lose all your money, it's scary because your friends might laugh at you, it's scary because it's against the advice that your parents gave you. Come on, somebody. Things get a little scary. You start talking to yourself. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not good enough? What if it's a scam? All these other self-limiting beliefs, fearful doubts, and pre-examined anxiety that you're putting upon yourself. What happens? All that stuff grows within you like a seed. And you're watering it. Every time doubt, you're watering it. Every time disbelief, you're watering it. And then the minute something gets difficult, the minute you lose money on that first product, the minute your PPCA cost is sideways, the minute things aren't working out or you hit a barrier or an objective or objection, you give up. Why? Because you've watered the seeds of disbelief and doubt. You guys getting value down below? If you guys are getting value, I'm having an amazing time. This is actually really fun. If you guys are getting value and you guys are enjoying this, down below say thanks, Josh. And by the way, if you have not subscribed, guys, please, I'm not selling anything. I'm not here. I don't get paid to do this. Just hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. Every 2 weeks, we're dropping new videos. And I think every Friday at 5:30 Central Standard Time, I'm going to come and do this live and kick it with you guys and answer all you guys' questions. Why would I, hold on, bro. There's a lot of questions up above we missed. Why would I buy your course instead of learning it on YouTube? What's the difference? Javier, so that's a great question. There's two different ways. I can't give you like a real answer. Like anybody who answers that, it's usually going to be biased. Like they're going to support their thing because they want money, right? That's what a lot of people who sell things do. But I will give you like a way to identify it yourself, right? Because if people buy my stuff, it doesn't impact the quality of my life. My goal is not to make money off of my stuff. My goal is to impact people. And in the real world, like, you have to make money off your stuff because you have to pay the team to facilitate the stuff. That's kind of how it works. But there's two ways that you can learn things in the real world, right? Through trial and error, or you learn it through OPE, which stands for other people's experiences. The reason why we go to school, K through 12th grade, is to learn off of other people's experiences, because if there was no school and we just put our kindergartners out there like, figure stuff out, it would be a scary place to live in. That's why there's a K through 12 of other people's experience. I'll give you another example. Would you allow a physician or a surgeon or a doctor to perform service on you if they learned from YouTube? You would be running for fear. With that being said, I don't want to say that you cannot learn from YouTube, because that's how I learned, but I will also tell you from my own experience, because I can only tell you from the experience of what I have and what I have done. I learned myself because I had no money. In fact, all the money my wife made, I spent trying to figure this stuff out, to the point where I couldn't pay for food. So I would go volunteer at Salvation Army to get food, and I would volunteer at the Center Township doing chores for free for the state to get vouchers to pay my rent, because all of my money went into figuring this thing out by myself. Collectively, when I look back, it took me 3 failed products, thousands and thousands of dollars of lost money, and most importantly, all that stuff is nothing. Time that I will never get back. Time's your most valuable asset. It takes you significantly longer to learn something through trial and error, however it can be done, than it is if you learn off other people's experience. For instance, I don't know jack about mechanics. I'm sure I could go figure out how to change the battery in my car. It's going to take me hours and a lot of profanity and possibly some liquor to get done. If I go to a mechanic and I ask him to show me how to do this, he's going to say, cool, on the left-hand side, you have 2 wires. Use this size wrench to disconnect these 2 wires. Do this one first, otherwise you'll blow up, right? And then do this, do that, and they will tell you step by step by step. What happens when you learn things through trial and error is you start here, and then you bounce over here, and then you bounce over here, and then you bounce back over here, and then you end back over here, and then you come back over here, and then you're over here, and then you get a breakthrough, and you're over here, and then you move back, and then you mess up, and you're back over here, and then you're back over here, and then you come back over here, and then you're over here, and then you hit the finish line after wasting your most valuable asset, which is time and a ton of money, right? So can you learn how to do this stuff on Amazon? Absolutely. Here's another thing of programs and courses, and not just mine, anybody's, if they do a good job and they're reputable. Programs and courses and instructions, OPE experience, is usually in chronological order. Like in the AMZ Formula, chronologically, step by step, it's a roadmap to build a 7-figure Amazon business. If you're starting this thing by your own and figuring this thing out on your own, you may know what's the first step or the first 3 steps, but you don't know what's next every single step of the way. And you have to go to different information sources. And what you'll notice is people have different speaking styles, teaching styles, and different beliefs. So if you need step 8 and you go to somebody who's contradicting step 5, it can mess you up, right? That's just my personal opinion. So I'm not saying like, dude, buy my stuff. But I'm also saying you will save a significant amount of time, effort, and energy if you buy my stuff, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps. And that's full, like, transparent, because I've done it. I've done both. I will tell you, and this is, like, I swear to God, this is the truth. So help me God. My wife's on here. She will tell you. I was in, where was I at last? I was in War Room here in Austin, $30,000. And they're my friends, Roland and Perry. And they invite me, and I still pay them. Why? Because if you don't pay attention. They were my friends. They said, yo, come check it out. You know what I did? How do I pay? Why? Because I know if I tie a monetary amount to it, $30,000, I'm about to learn something. I'm going to execute something. If they say, yo, come check it out, I'm late. I'm not taking notes. Why? Because I don't value things if there's no value tied to it. I value my money. Therefore, when I tie value to something, I always do better. If you pay attention. And if there's a transaction, usually there's a transformation. Before that, I was in Boise, Idaho, in the middle of nowhere, with Russell Brunson, $60,000 to be a part of his inner circle. And before that, I was with Alex Becker here in Austin. We have mutual friends. I could have gotten linked up, but what did I do? I paid him a stupid amount of money, because if I pay attention, and I know that I will take the information and do something with it. So where am I going at with this? The secret, the cheat code is to find people who are where you are or know what you do not, and ask them very specific, detailed questions to get to the next level. If you are right here and you want to get right here, right? All you have to do is identify these questions and figure out who's the best at answering those questions, and you will get there quicker, faster, and save more money. That is my whole cheat code. I have a huge question. It's not about conversion optimization or scaling. I run an 8-figure company. I had a very specific question. I paid, and I had Marcus Lemonis from The Profit answer my question. Something that I've struggled with for 7 years, he answered in 30 seconds. Why? He's worth $500 million. He has 60 plus companies, hundreds of employees. My trouble was cakewalk for him, because he's been there, he's done that, and he is where I would like to be one day. So that's the cheat code. What's the ROI for the Done For You program? Cool. So regardless if you do it yourself with the AMZ Formula, or with us with the AMZ Together, or you do the Done For You solution, it's the same goal, right? So the bare minimum, we like to underpromise and overdeliver. I have products that's made me millions of dollars. I have products that's made us hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our goal is to find one product that will sell on average 10 units per day at $10 profit. That's around $3K a month, 30 a year. So the big difference between Done For You, and again, I'm not talking about anything or selling anything on here, I just want to answer your question, is because there's tons of people that do this. Number one, we've been in this space for over 5 years. We've been Amazon for over 7 years. When it comes to the Done For You stuff, there's no equity. I don't own equity in your business. There is no rev share percentage. There's nothing. It's a fee. We do everything for you, with you, or for you, whichever you choose. So our goal is to get ROI in 1 year or less. That's unheard of in any traditional business investments. Of course, there's unforeseen things that can happen. There's bumpy roads. You can make less than this. You can make significantly more than this. But this is our bare minimum goal. So when our team of 24 product researchers, like our payroll is through the roof. We have 24 internal product researchers. We have a team in Shenzhen, China that works with us for product development, product sourcing, distribution, manufacturing. When our team is collaborating and congregating on building your business, this right here is the goal, right? Products do not make it past our 125-point inspection system and get to me for final approval unless they hit these metrics. So, of course, we aim for higher metrics, but this is the bare minimum that we look for. You're very insightful. Did you ever have haters when starting AMZ that are now believers? Do you still have them in your circle? Dell the haters. So, funny that you say that. Like, it's ironic, right? But it's funny that you say that. Friends and very close family who I actually admired and looked up to basically said, why are you doing this? They said a lot meaner things than that, but they basically said, why am I doing this? They have all since yet asked me, how have I done it, or paid for my advice. So like, you don't focus to the left, don't focus to the right. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have ambition, if you want to get to the next level, do the work, put your head down, 10 toes down, back to the wall. Don't worry about anybody or anything. The biggest mistake, and this sucks because it's going to come from people that you love and people who you admire, people who you look up to. The biggest mistake you can do is share a large dream with a small mindset, right? If you're okay working 9 to 5 the rest of your life, that's a small mindset when you're trying to build a $100 million company. So nothing wrong with it, but it is what it is. Anybody about support, like I'm not going to answer support on here. Any support questions, just email support at the AMZ Formula, and our team will help you guys. A course is always better because it serves as a roadmap. Absolutely. How do we get the shirts? So we've got all types of gear, right? We've got Nike hats with the logos on them. We've got shirts. We've got polos. We have on my YouTube, we have a merch line. So we have a ton of merch with some of my sayings and belief systems that I have. We don't have anything for the AMZ Formula shirts yet, but I will talk with my team. We were doing it for all AMZ Formula clients. And then I was like shipping out 100 shirts a week and I hated my life. So we will probably get that back. Going. So what you should do, because my team will bring it to my attention, is you should email support at the AMZ Formula and be like, we need hats and shirts and wristbands and stickers and a bunch of cool stuff. And my team will bring it up to me. And then I'll remember like, oh yeah, on YouTube, this amazing person did say that. And we'll probably do it. We got to look into getting it on the merch store on YouTube. Side note. Thank you for answering your question. You're more than welcome, my friend. I hope it helps. And most importantly, I hope you take action on the information, because information changes situations through implementation, not through warm fuzziness inside and aha moments where we do nothing. Implementation. And I fall victim to that. I'm like, oh man, that was good. Next week, I'm like, dang, what did that dude say? I do it all the time. Success loves speed. Note takers are money makers. If you get an aha, grab it, throw it on paper, and then implement it as fast as humanly possible. Hey, Josh, if you had to choose one, would you go with Helium 10 or Jungle Scout? Grim Joe Zero. So I've never used Helium 10 as expansively or as detailed as I have Jungle Scout. So I don't want to say Helium 10 sucks, because I hear good things about it. I've got a lot of friends that use it. Me personally, I know Greg. I know all the guys at Jungle Scout. They're actually here in Austin, about 30 minutes away from where I live. I've used their stuff for 2/3 of a decade, and I know Helium 10 wasn't around then. So I'm not saying anything bad or negative. Like, I don't want to put anything down or any companies down, but I use it. It works. Their team is really good. The interface is really clean. They don't have the most tools, I will tell you that, but they are the most user-friendly, and they have the most amount of data because they're the oldest. It is what it is. That's full transparency. Again, I think Helium 10 has way more tools. I also think they're more money. I think if you could drop a link, Eros or Eileen, we have a discount, I think, on Jungle Scout as well. It's discountonjunglescout.com if you want to check it out. And it is an affiliate link, but discountonjunglescout.com. So you can check that out. That's just what I use. How much do I need to start? So, Josephine, hopefully I didn't butcher your name. I actually have a video here on the channel called "Do I Need to Start an Amazon Business?" which is kind of funny because it answers your question. And it's like way longer than the answer I'm going to give you now. So you should definitely check that video out. But I will just run through this because I'm sure other people have this question. So number one is product. And I'm going to go out of order. This isn't chronological order because I'm just like free flowing right now. Number one is product. We have a strategy at the AMZ Formula. It's actually like the whole magic secret sauce. Actually, let me come in and don't tell anybody this because I charge $1,000 on my course to teach this. The whole formula, come closer. The whole formula is you don't order how many products you think you're going to sell. You order enough products to test the product to make sure it's going to sell. And if it doesn't sell, you profit on the losing products and you do it again until you find a winner. All right. So with that being said, we want to start off with around 500 to 1,500. And this is a little broad because products can go from costing 16 cents to like $600. So it's a little broad, but somewhere around here. The more the merrier, the more credit line, the more liquidity, the merrier. I would do no less than this for product. Then you have your FBA account. which you go to Amazon Seller Central, and what you're going to do is you're going to create an individual account, which is free. Once you're up and rolling, you're going to change it to a professional account. A professional account is $39.99 per month. There's 0 transactional fees tied to units. An individual, which is free, has $1 per unit. So if we want to find a product that sells 10 units per day at $10 profit, we're 300 units per month. That's $300, which is like 7 times more than this. So you're going to save a lot of money, but you don't want to switch until you have a product up and running because you don't want to pay that $39 a month. So product, boom. FBA account, boom. Advertising. Now, for advertising, I recommend for starting out another $300 to $500. Now, again, this can be more. If you try to launch a yoga mat tomorrow, you will need more of both of these, right? If you try to go launch a fat burner supplement like our good friends at Prestige Labs by Alex Hermosi and them who we work with, you're going to need to spend a lot more money. However, if you follow the framework and you find a product that has high demand, low competition, that's in the sweet spot, you can start with around these numbers. So $500 to $1,500 for product, $300 to $500 for advertising, and $39 for your account. That's pretty much it. It can be more than this. It can be significantly less than this, but this is the median. And again, if you check out that video, I think the title is literally "How much money do I need to start an Amazon business?" By the way, where's all the new? I want to know where all the new subscribers are at. If you're a subscriber, be like, drop a "I'm new" in the chat so we can shout you out and I can like do something cool. Come on, Josh, speak those words. Marcy, you rock. Do I have to sell seasonal products? No, I recommend that you don't sell seasonal products. So a free resource is Google Trends. I think we skipped past a few. Google Trends, www.google Trends, free resource. If your product is yoga mat, this is a horrible product. Do not sell this. I'm just using this as an example because I see it over there in the corner. If you're looking at this product, you're going to go to Google Trends, right? You're going to go to Google Trends. It's going to show you a chart like this that literally has January to December, and it's going to show you sales volume. This is what we want, okay? Option this right here. This is bad. So perfect example so you can see the difference in these two. And I know, Josh, just come on here and draw. Don't teach. Like, just come on here and draw some stuff because you're amazing. I know what you guys are thinking right now. No, this is horrible. Hopefully you guys understand what this is. If you go to Google Trends, you can see the real chart. Quick example so you can see the difference is go and look at mouse or keyboard or something like that. You'll see it's a horizontal line. A horizontal line is like this, right? What we don't want is we don't want volatility, which looks like a bunch of mountains. Seasonal products have volatility. Trending products have volatility. Non-seasonal products are horizontal like this. So I recommend units like this that are going to sell 365 days per year. That means every single day we've got a paycheck coming because every 2 weeks from Amazon we get paid. When I join the Done For You program, how long will your team take to launch a product? So typically right now, towards the end of the year, we're seeing a little bit more time, like a little bit more than 4 months. I think it may be in the 6-month range because we're in fourth quarter. Typically, we try to aim for 4 months. Like I said, it fluctuates. If it's in fourth quarter, it's going to be longer because response times for manufacturers are longer. Logistics is taking longer. Just there's multiple variables. So it just depends on the time of the year. There's multiple normal variables that will adjust that time. But like if you're doing it yourself, typically 3 to 4 months is accurate, especially if you're new. So it's worth it spending like an extra month or two, you know what I mean? And just having it done for you if that's what you want to do. Did somebody ask about that, E, or what do we?
No, just in case someone asks.
Should I fund my store with business credit? So if it fails, I can write it off on my taxes as a loss. So, Johnny, really good question. Really good, really great question. Let's clap it up for Johnny virtually. So, Johnny, and for everybody, number one, there's a big difference between credit and business credit. So, the biggest mistake people make is having a successful business and not having business credit. So, regardless where you are, starting out or new, build business credit because it is different than personal credit. Number one. Number two, even if you don't use credit, you can still write off the purchase of the product and the loss of a product. However, when you use credit, you're actually getting points on something that you're writing off, so it's a little bit better. We use business credit for pretty much everything. We also use net terms when applicable for pretty much everything. So great question, John eBoy95. And let me know all the new subscribers down below. If you're new to the channel and you just subscribed, say I'm new down below. And if you're not subscribed, click the red subscribe button and next to it, hit the notification bell. Every 2 times per week, we launch brand new videos. We have nothing to sell you. We just want to help you get to the next level. Plus, we're thinking about, this is kind of the beta, if we're going to do this every Friday with you guys. Have you noticed issues with product shipping delays related to supply chain issues? Not, John, nothing with supply chain issues, but right now we're in 4th quarter. So you have Chinese holiday around the corner. You have increase of volume of products being ordered. So traditionally, this is just a slower time for everything. But like outside of like the 3 to 4 weeks we had at the height of COVID, everything's running smooth. Everything's running good. Tyler Dudley, let's go. Welcome to the family, man. Everybody say welcome, Tyler, down below in the chat. I appreciate you. Make sure the bell's turned on. That's the hack. You got to turn the bell on so YouTube can be like, yo, bro, this guy's live. You should go like check it out. You know what I mean? That's the thing that YouTube does, that YouTube thing where like I pop up at the top. So make sure you click the bell. Click the bell, bro. Awesome, cool. So where are we at? I think we're like 5 minutes away from 90 minutes. Planned on coming on here for like 30 minutes. We've been on here for an hour and a half. So that's how much fun I'm having. You guys absolutely rock. I appreciate your support. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We don't get a ton of views. We're not growing like how I would like to on our YouTube channel, but all 300, 400, 500 views every single video. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you're subscribed to the channel, start commenting and interacting down below the videos. Let me know what you generally think about the videos. Let me know any video ideas you have. Let me know any questions you have. And if you guys can like the videos, we're trying to get the like count up on videos. That would be awesome. Other than that, DM me on Instagram at @officialJoshuaCrisp. If you want me to do this again, say, Josh, you got to do it again. Or, dude, I'm from YouTube. Nobody's doing this. This is amazing. You have to do this. Just give me some feedback. Or, Josh, the pink background is kind of weird and this was boring. So never do this again. And I hate your face. I will still love you. We can still be friends. Just give me some feedback. Sebastian, how long does it take to rank a new product? It depends on the search volume. It depends on the complexity of the product. It depends on the BSR, bestseller rank, how big it is. It depends on how many sellers. There's multiple variables, but typically after, we're seeing like 3 to 6 months to find and launch a product. And we're seeing typically within 30 days, we can rank a product for our top 3 keywords, which will then get us organic sales, which will help us increase our keyword ranking and our organic ranking for our money keywords, which will increase our profitability and lower our ACOS percentage, which those are a bunch of nerd terms. But that's what we do. We nerd out on this stuff. Andrew, figure out if it's a good fit, dude. If it's a good fit for you and it's a good fit for us, we would love to serve you. We would love to help you. We would love to work with you. If you have any questions, dude, just DM me on Instagram. I actually read it and answer it if you have any questions and stuff. But, dude, make sure you show up to the call, take notes, and set realistic expectations. If you set realistic expectations, you take action, you stick with this thing, dude, it's only up from there. Oh, my God, I forgot. We didn't post the link to the challenge. Guys, so if you liked this and you enjoyed this, the this is like the shameless plug section at the end before we leave. If you guys loved this, I have this crazy studio. I don't do live events because I just don't. I like chilling at the house and seeing my family every day. But Monday through Friday, for 5 whole days, every single day for an hour in my studio here, I am breaking down the AMZ Formula live. We have 2 ticket types. VIP, which I don't even know why we have 2, only be VIP, but VIP, where you spend 5 days live with me like this, you can ask me questions every single day, and you get a bonus training every single day before the live event starts. And we have general admission, which is just where you're just watching the live stream. You can't communicate with me, but the VIP tickets are $297 and the general tickets are $97. It's so cheap. If I did a live event, we did the math, plane tickets and hotels and food and Ubers and all this other crap, it would cost you like $2,000 if I did an event, right? Dude, you can come kick it with me live for 5 days on this live virtual event, not live. I mean, really live in my studio like we are right now. And I'm breaking down every single day a different topic. Day number 1, the fundamentals. Day number 2, product research. Day number 3, how to differentiate and develop your product. Day number 4, how to find the best manufacturer, get the best prices and the best quality products from literally manufacturers that are doing stuff for Apple and Beats by Dre and all these huge companies. And then the last 2 days are launching and strategy around building a 7-figure business. So if you're serious about starting an Amazon business, if you want to learn more, if you had a good time and you want to come kick it and get more questions answered, I highly suggest that you come kick it with me. If you can, do VIP, because VIP is the only way to go. But general is better than nothing. The link, drop the link E for that. And they didn't even know. They're like, oh, girl, we didn't know we were supposed to do this. It just came off the top of my mind because I just remembered. The website is www.oneproductawaychallenge.com. And this is why that's the name, because you're only 1 product away. So the goal is during this 5-day live event, we're going to show you how to find that 1 product so you can start your business. This isn't we're going to go get warm and fuzzy inside and then we might do something. No, every single day I'm live teaching on the thing and I'm giving you homework and you're doing the homework. And by day 6, day 7, you're starting your online Amazon business. Whether it's like having us do it for you as an investor or you doing it and building it and finally taking action and starting that online business that you've been wanting to do, that you've been putting off, that you've been on the fence about. I've got you. We've got you. Our team will be with you every step of the way. I hope I see you there because it'd be super fun. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So DM me on Instagram at @officialJoshuaCrisp. And that's how we're going to gauge. There's like 40, 50 people on here. If we get a ton of DMs saying, dude, do this again, we'll probably do it. And I appreciate it. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much. You guys absolutely rock. And maybe we'll see you next Friday at the same time. I would have that notification bell on and be subscribed because if we do it, you'll be the first to know about it. Peace. Remember, you're only 1 product away.